Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Thursday, the 18th of April. With Robert Murray McShane's reading scheme, today we begin reading the second letter of Paul to Timothy, which begins with the normal greetings and tells Timothy how much he appreciates him and that he's praying for him. And in verse 5, he then says the following: I am reminded of your sincere faith, which first lived in your grandmother Lois and in your mother Eunice, and, I am persuaded, now lives in you also. And as I read that, I thought, here we have two women mentioned, Lois and Eunice, and I'm not aware that they're mentioned anywhere else in Scripture. So we're not sure what else they did. Certainly, we're not told that they established the church at Thessalonica or in anything, or even that they were like Priscilla and Aquila, who were great teachers and informed people and helped grow the church. Here were two seemingly ordinary people who had had faith that had moved from Lois to Eunice and to Timothy. And we know that Timothy then had an influence in the church. He got alongside and worked with Paul. He supported Paul, and he impacted the church. And made me think, I wonder if Lois and Eunice were aware that they would be mentioned by somebody 2,000 years later, living 10,000 kilometers away from where they lived. I suspect that would have been unthinkable for them. And yet, it's part of the providence of God that He works through people. Sometimes there's a Paul who's dramatic and plants churches and does all sorts of wonderful things. But there are also many, many, many gentle, honest, faithful people like Lois and Eunice that have a deep faith which they pass on, which Paul could see, and Paul knew about their faith. And that too has an impact in its own way. And so while some of us might be called to be a Paul, and there are not many of us that are have that calling, I think all of us are called to a faithfulness like Timothy's mother and grandmother had. And we've no idea what fruit that will bear. We're faithful day by day. We serve God gratefully. We let our faith be known, and where that goes and what fruit those seeds will bear, we have no clue. And maybe some of us, like Lois and Eunice, 2,000 years' time, will be mentioned even though we had no clue it would happen. So be encouraged as you walk with God, as you live day by day, as you share your faith and live out your faith, that God works in unexpected way through unexpected people. And know that as we do that, we're blessed.